Shalom everyone, Birkat Hamazon number 3, continuing with laws about Birkat Hamazon. So last time we left off talking about what's the proper way to say Birkat Hamazon. I should be dressed up, some recommendation to add the jacket and the hat if you have. Obviously you need to be dressed up properly because you're going to mention Hashem's name. Today we're going to talk about saying it out loud and what's the reason to say it out loud, a location. What if you forgot to say Birkat Hamazon and then you found out, let's say 30 minutes later, you're already driving to work or from work. So let's talk about this very interesting and important concept. First today, saying Birkat Hamazon out loud. So the Halacha says that one should recite Birkat Hamazon loud enough that one can hear oneself when saying, when he's saying the words, right? However, what if he didn't hear? He didn't know that the Halacha says you need to say it out loud enough that you can hear yourself. He didn't know that. And he already finished it, Birkat Hamazon. And he says to himself, oops, I didn't say it out loud. Do I need to start all over again? Did I fulfill the mitzvah by saying it quietly? So, Allah says, however, if one said it quietly, one fulfills this obligation as long as one initiated it, said the words with one's lips. Okay, he moves his lips and didn't just read or think it. Okay. As we said, it's better to say Birkat Hamazon out loud in order to inspire having proper intent, and also because on Shabbat and Yom Tov, we have an addition. We're adding Ya'aleh V'Yavo, and we're adding Shabbat Retzeh V'Chalitzenu. When you sing Birkat Hamazon out loud, you're more in focus, and now you remember that you need to add these additions. So on Yom Tov, it will help ensure that one doesn't forget to add the appropriate paragraphs. Okay, so we've learned that saying Birkat Hamazon out loud, it's must. Again, you're not supposed to scream it. You're not supposed to interrupt everyone else. Just enough for yourself to hear what you're saying. Finish. Now let's talk a little bit about complications. Now, if one left location where he ate, okay? So number one, we're going to talk about this kind of situation that happens all the time, especially at work, less common at home, but we'll discuss this as well. So if one ate and left that place intentionally, one must return to the place where one ate. And if one made Birkat Hamazon in the second place, one has fulfilled one's obligation after the fact. That's called b'diavad. So he left, and then he sits in the car, says, oops, I didn't say Birkat Hamazon. He said Birkat Hamazon right there. Finishing it, he says, this is so funny, I should go back. I was supposed to go back to home where I ate to do Birkat Hamazon there. You're telling him, that's it. You already said Birkat Hamazon. Yes, you're supposed to finish your meal, Ma'im Acharonim, final waters, and then Birkat Hamazon. So you left the house, you went to your car, you need to go back. The question starts, what if you're really far away? You might be late to work. So the Halacha says, if you're too far, and it's going to be a problem to go back home, then stop the car, say where you're at, say Birkat Hamazon, and continue with your drive. Continue with your driving. Okay. If one ate and left that place unintentionally, one should return to the place where one ate unless there is a great need. Like what I said, it all happens unintentionally. You didn't say to yourself, hey, I don't care, I'm just going to go, I have to go. You didn't think about it, and it happens. So this is the way to address the situation, by coming back. If it's too much of a great deal, it's a great deal, it's going to cause some problems, stop where you're at and say Birkat Hamazon right there. Okay. Now, this is only, listen to the other opinions, this is only the case if one doesn't have bread with him in the second place. However, if one has bread in the second place, one may eat it there. I mean, eat a piece, even if it's less than kazait. He knows that he goes to his office and there's always bread over there. So take a little piece. It's like you are continuing with your meal. Your meal is not finished. And then make Birkat Hamazon there. Okay? This doesn't mean that one may leave one's place intentionally. This is just a solution for unintentional situation, but only in after the fact situation, as we're saying b'di'avat. You already left, so we're being creative. Our sages are being creative here. They found a solution. You're continuing your meal by eating a piece of bread, even less than kazait, just a little piece will be good enough, and then say Birkat Hamazon there. Yes, with Mayim Achronim before Birkat Hamazon. Wonderful. Now, the next paragraph we'll talk, we have like 5 halachot. What will be the case if one is not sure? He ate, he's sure that he ate, right? But he's now thinking to himself, did I say Birkat Hamazon? I'm not sure. There's no one there to tell him, yes, you did. And he's debating with himself. So what's the problem? Say it right there. Well, again, I'm reminding everyone about the difference between laws that derived from the Torah, which called deoraita, or a rabbinical law that derived from our sages, a rabbinical law. So, what's the difference? The rabbinical law will be a little bit more lenient. From the Torah, we're more strict. But now we have an issue. What's the issue? You say to yourself, no, so no big deal. Let him say Birkat Hamazon right there. But remember, there's a prohibition in the Torah, in the 10 Commandments actually. You should not mention Hashem's name in vain. You should not say Hashem's name in vain. If I already fulfilled the mitzvah, why would I say it again? I said the bracha. Why should I say it again? I will mention Hashem's name in vain. For example, a rabbinical law to say Shehakol niya bidvaro. Say bracha over drink. Okay? If I'm debating with myself, did I say Birkat Shehakol or I didn't say Birkat Shehakol? We're telling him, don't say anything. It's called lekula. We're being lenient here. Okay? Because mitzvot the Rabbanan that related to our rabbis' rabbinical laws were more lenient. And it's better that you don't say and then found out later they already said it and say it again. You actually mention Hashem's name in vain. Okay? So, if one But sorry, the debate starts when the mitzvah is from the Torah, like Birkat Hamazon. Birkat Hamazon is from the Torah. It's not a rabbinical law. So what one will do if you forget is not sure. He might say it. He might say that he didn't say it. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. So what's the halacha has to say about it? Remember, Birkat Hamazon, it's a rabbinical law. Okay. So the halacha says the following. If one ate and was full and now is unsure whether one recited Birkat Hamazon, preferably one should have another kazait upon which one should wash and say Hamotzi, and then say Birkat Hamazon. However, the strict law is that one should say Birkat Hamazon in cases of doubt. Why? Because the right says the Lechumra is more strict in laws that are related to the Torah. Some say that if a person was full because of all of the food he ate, and not because of the bread alone, he should not repeat Birkat Hamazon if he's in doubt, right? Others don't distinguish. The issue here is that one should say Birkat Hamazon when you're full with bread. You ate a sandwich, a big sandwich, it's a lot of bread. Sometimes people eating just a small kazait, small amount, maybe half an egg, a piece of an egg size and weight of bread, and then they're eating other products, rice, chicken, steak, whatever. Why they didn't eat bread? Variety of reasons. Could be just, I don't know, for the sake of the mitzvah, to wash, to say the brachot. Some don't like out of diet reasons. Right? That might be an issue. Okay? Because you didn't eat enough bread. Some says if you didn't eat enough bread, you're not really full from bread, you're full from other products. The bracha over this product is shakol. So, bottom line, if you have doubt, you have to sit down and re-say Birkat Hamazon. It's always better to ask around. Someone might remind you, yes, you participated with that. You said Birkat Hamazon just 20 minutes ago. You forgot. Oh, okay. Remind you, fine. If not, you have to re-say it, because this is a commandment directly from the Torah. Number two, if a person ate bread and is full but is in doubt whether he said Birkat Hamazon, one must go back and say Birkat Hamazon. According to Ashkenazim, one should say the entire Birkat Hamazon, whereas according to Sephardim, one should only say the first 3 brachot. All right. If a person, another case number 3, if a person ate a kazait of bread but wasn't full, kazait, it's like a half an egg size. So if a person ate kazait of bread but wasn't full, and now is in doubt whether he said Birkat Hamazon, he shouldn't go back and make Birkat Hamazon, but it's preferable to wash again, make hamotzi, eat kazait, and make Birkat Hamazon. Number 4, if a person ate bread and is still thirsty because he didn't drink enough during the meal, and now has a doubt whether he said Birkat Hamazon, some says he should repeat Birkat Hamazon, and some says not to repeat it. I already mentioned before what one should do. Okay, number 5, a woman who ate bread and is unsure whether she said Birkat Hamazon, she should hear it from someone else or wash again and make Birkat Motzi to remove herself from doubt. However, if that's impossible, Ashkenazim hold that she may say Birkat Hamazon, but according to Sephardim, she is not supposed Birkat Hamazon out of doubt. Okay. Very good, very good. Moving on to the next part. How long does one have to recite Birkat Hamazon? What do you mean, how long? Meaning, you finish the meal, and you didn't say Birkat Hamazon. How long after you can say Birkat Hamazon? So in prayers, for example, you can always complete in the next prayer. You didn't say Shachrit, next one is Mincha, you say Mincha twice. If you miss Mincha, you say Arvit twice. If you miss Arvit, you say Shachrit twice. The next following Tfilah, you can complete. Okay. Here, we're not supposed to wait for another meal. So how long one can wait? How long does one have to wait to recite Birkat Hamazon? Okay, we have here four halachot. 4. If one ate bread and is full, preferably one should make Birkat Hamazon within 72 minutes, and after the fact, one may make it as long as one is full from what one ate. However, after 72 minutes, if one is a little hungry, one can no longer make the Birkat Hamazon. So bottom line, 72 minutes. If you ate a lot of bread, big baguette, sandwich, so you can wait a little bit longer till you feel hungry again. If you feel hungry again, you missed the train. Number 2, if it's past 72 minutes and one is in doubt whether one is still full, one can make Birkat Hamazon, yet it's preferable to eat another kazait before making Birkat Hamazon. Number 3, however, if one just had kazait and was not full, one should try to make the Birkat Hamazon right away. And if one didn't, if one didn't, one may only make Birkat Hamazon up to 72 minutes after one ate. Some add that if one waited more than half an hour, it's preferable to have another kazait of bread before making Birkat Hamazon. I always like to add and share with you the other opinions, so be aware. Bottom line, 72 minutes. If you're still full because you ate a lot of bread, that gives you 2 or 3 hours later, as long as you're still full from your previous meal. Okay. Number 4. If one has a very long meal and continues to have appetizers or drinks, one may make the Birkat Hamazon as long as the meal continues even 4 or 5 hours. One should have something to eat or drink every 72 minutes. However, if one didn't, then one may still say Birkat Hamazon. Comment here: if someone was at a wedding and ate the main course and danced for a while, the time lapse before it is too late to say Birkat Hamazon can be extended by eating or drinking something. So this is something I notice. It's some sort of a trick to eat here and there. Put something in your mouth so there is no break when you start the meal till you finish. Something I noticed when I was a child, my grandfather, Rabbi Yosef Silvani, always before he made Birkat Hamazon, he took another piece from the pita and ate. Days later, months, years later, when I learned the halacha, I remember that when I was a child. I've learned that that's the main reason, to make sure you're continuing with your meal. There were no breaks. So to cover all opinions, it's best to take one more piece and eat it. When I was a child, I thought he's doing it in order to clear the mouth from all the leftovers. You take a piece of bread, you chew it, and then it cleans the mouth. And then I was maybe I would. It teaches me that I have to. You got to ask. You got to ask when you see these kind of things that draw your attention. Ask. Otherwise, you'll find answers years later. Yep. Okay. The next one will be about reciting Birkat Hamazon in the presence of feces or urine. Bottom line, unclean places. So you might ask yourself, feces, urine, whenever happened to me? Happen all the time, every day. When you have a dirty diaper at your house. Some even do the mistake and they're holding a baby while they're saying Birkat Hamazon or praying, and the diaper is full of urine or full of feces. This is not appropriate. You can't do that. Okay? So, it's forbidden to say any bracha or Torah within 4 amot of feces, like 4 feet, like 2 meters. However, after the fact, if one said Birkat Hamazon, one should say Birkat Hamazon again. But if one says Birkat Hamazon within 4 amot of the urine, one doesn't go back to make Birkat Hamazon. It teaches us the great thing to do Birkat Hamazon in a clean and clear environment. You're in a picnic. There's a smelly trash can near you. You can't say the Birkat Hamazon. If you have to remove the trash, move the trash. If you have to remove yourself, remove yourself. And again, I mentioned the urine, the feces, the diaper. That was just an example. Okay? So we got to pay attention to these things, not to say Hashem's name in such places, in such environment. Okay. Let me start. What time is it now? Okay. Let me just start the first halacha, and this is something we'll discuss next time because it's a whole topic by itself. It's like 9 halachot, something you saw probably only on Sheva Brachot, or on Shabbat or Yom Tov. People have the custom to say Birkat Hamazon holding a cup of wine in their hands. And it's a great mitzvah. That's the right way to do it, Birkat Hamazon. Today, it's not very common. People don't really do it. It's a mitzvah to do it. It's not a must. It's a mitzvah to do. So the first halacha says it's preferable to make Birkat Hamazon over a cup of wine when making a zimun of 3. If you are saying Birkat Hamazon alone, it should not be done over a cup of wine. And the segula, the remedy, the blessing one gets from this kind of action is an abundance in livelihood, parnasah. It's a great thing to do, and it brings over one a lot of blessings. So we'll have to discuss a little bit more about this concept. Be'ezrat Hashem, we'll do it, continue next time. Thank you for participating in Birkat Hamazon number 3, Halachot. God bless you.